Have you ever stood in front of the mirror and felt like the man you once were is slowly slipping away? Like the spark that used to light up your nights and made your heart beat faster is now just a distant memory? I am Dr. Ethan Holloway, a urologist with 25 years of experience, and I hear the same pain almost every day from men carrying a silent burden they feel they cannot speak about. But today, I am going to reveal something I have never publicly shared: a natural drink made from 4 basic ingredients that you likely already have in your kitchen. It is changing lives for men just like you, bringing back their strength in just minutes. This is not a pill, and it is not magic, but what you are about to learn could shift everything for you. And the final ingredient? It is something the pharmaceutical world would rather you never discover. Stay with me until the end, because what I am about to reveal might challenge everything you believed about your strength as a man. Now, imagine a small town, one of those close-knit places where people know each other by name, where morning coffee blends with the sound of birds. That is where Roberto lives, a 64-year-old retired mechanic who spent his years repairing engines with the same care and focus he gave his marriage to Anna. Roberto was the kind of man who earned respect with his presence. He had strong hands, a warm smile, and a spirit that made Anna, his wife of 38 years, still feel like a young woman in love. But over the past 3 years, things began to shift. It was not sudden, but more like a slow emptiness, like a crack in a wall that you do not notice until it is too wide to ignore. The nights once filled with laughter, soft touches, and quiet talks turned into long silences. Roberto could feel his body not keeping up, even though in his heart and mind, he still wanted to be close to Anna. He would make excuses. "I am just tired, love. It has been a long day." But deep inside, he knew what was really happening. He noticed Anna's gentle effort to hide her concern, but her eyes, once bright with desire, now looked uncertain, even a little distant. Each night that passed, Roberto felt less and less like himself. It was as if the man he used to be was slowly disappearing. When Anna had fallen asleep, Roberto would sit alone in his study, the pale glow of his phone lighting up his tired face. He searched how to improve male vitality, his hands slightly shaking, as if each search was admitting defeat. He tried everything: odd herbal teas from unknown websites, pricey supplements claiming to restore power overnight, and even uncomfortable talks with friends who simply said, "Just relax, it's part of getting older." But nothing helped. He even turned to the well-known blue pills, but they brought headaches and tightness in his chest that made him feel worse, not better. Anna, always patient, said it was not important, that their love was stronger than any of this. But Roberto could see a sadness in her eyes that cut him deeply, like a wound he could not heal. He did not just want to be someone by her side. He wanted to be the man who made her feel alive again, the one who brought back that spark in her smile and made her feel like nothing else in the world mattered. When Roberto stepped into my office, he looked defeated, not physically, but emotionally. He sat down quietly, eyes fixed on the floor, and in a voice barely above a whisper, said, "Doctor, I do not know who I am anymore. I cannot be the man she deserves." Those words stayed with me because I have heard them many times, especially from men over 60. What hurts most is not just their pain, but the belief that they are finished, that time has taken everything from them. But that is not true. It is not about failing. It is not about giving up. It is the body sending a signal that it needs help. Traditional medicine, with all its costly pills and possible side effects, does not always give the right solution. Think of your body like a machine that needs maintenance. Getting an erection is not just about desire. It is a complex system that depends on good blood circulation. You need strong blood flow to reach the tissues, and you need nitric oxide, a natural substance that relaxes blood vessels so that blood can stay where It is needed. As we age, stress, unhealthy eating, sitting too long, and even not sleeping enough can block this system. They lower nitric oxide levels, and even when the urge is still strong, the body stops reacting. But what if I told you there is a way to wake up that system naturally? Something you can easily make at home? No drugs, no high costs, no false promises. That is what I shared with Roberto. Not a tablet, but a simple homemade drink with 4 natural ingredients. I did not learn it from a textbook, but from trusted conversations with doctors overseas, from studies the drug companies keep hidden, and from patients who gave it a try and came back with results. This drink works like a switch. It improves blood flow, raises nitric oxide levels, and energizes the body in a way you can actually feel, not in days, but minutes. It is not a trick. It is science. Now, I want you to experience what Roberto did when he finally gave it a shot. It was a Friday evening. Roberto stood in his kitchen, the faint light from the fridge glowing over the counter. He looked at the ingredients: fresh pomegranates, a shiny beetroot, a small piece of ginger, and a thick slice of watermelon. And then he paused, tired, uncertain, full of doubt. He was tired of trying everything and seeing no results. But something inside him, maybe a small spark of belief, kept him going. He made the drink, the soft hum of the blender mixing the bright red liquid like it was full of life. He picked up the glass, took a slow breath, and took a sip. The flavor was bold and fresh, with a slight heat from the ginger. 20 minutes later, he felt something he had not experienced in years, an energy building inside him, as if his blood was flowing more freely and with more strength. He looked at Anna, sitting on the couch flipping through a magazine, her hair falling gently over her shoulders. He walked toward her and held her hand, and for the first time in a long while, there was no distance between them, no tension. Anna looked into his eyes, and that spark he thought was lost came back clear and bright. That night, Roberto was not a man stuck in memories. He was the man he had always hoped to be. Now, I am going to give you the recipe. But listen closely, because each ingredient plays an important role. And the final one? That is the key to making the whole thing work. So grab a pen and paper, because you will want to try this today. Start with 300 milliliters of pure pomegranate juice. Pomegranate is known to support men's health. A 2017 study from the Journal of Impotence Research found that pomegranate juice boosts nitric oxide and improves blood circulation by up to 30% in men with mild erectile problems. It acts like a valve opener for your blood vessels. Use unsweetened, fresh juice if you can for best results. The second ingredient: 100 milliliters of beetroot juice. Beets are full of natural nitrates that your body turns into nitric oxide. A study from the University of Exeter showed that men who drank beet juice increased their blood flow performance by 20% in just a few hours. It gives your system the boost it needs to respond faster. Combine it with the pomegranate juice to balance the taste. The third ingredient is 1 teaspoon of fresh grated ginger. Ginger naturally widens blood vessels, helps blood move smoothly, and reduces inflammation, one of the things that can get in the way of good performance. A 2018 study in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology found that ginger improved blood circulation to the outer areas of the body important for physical intimacy. Use only a small amount, as it has a strong flavor, but it works well. Now the last, and the least known: 100 milliliters of watermelon juice or 1 thick slice blended. Watermelon is full of citrulline, an amino acid that turns into nitric oxide faster than any other food. A 2011 study in the Urology Journal showed that men who regularly consumed citrulline had firmer, longer-lasting results in just a few weeks. Blend a fresh slice, or use 100 milliliters of natural juice, and prepare to feel the change in minutes. How do you make it? It's easy, but do it carefully. In a blender, Combine 300 milliliters pomegranate juice, 100 ml beetroot juice, 100 milliliters watermelon juice, and 1 teaspoon of grated ginger. Blend it for 30 seconds. You can strain it if you want a smoother drink, but keeping the pulp gives more nutrients. Drink it about 30 minutes before intimacy. It does not work instantly like a pill, but after 20 to 30 minutes, you will feel your blood flowing stronger, your energy lifting, and your confidence returning, like a switch has turned back on. Roberto returned to my office a month later, and he looked completely different. He stood tall, shoulders up, with a smile that lit up his whole face. He said, "Doctor, I do not even know how to say thank you. It is not only about the bedroom. It is about how I feel now, about myself, like I am finally back." And Anna, she wrote me a note that I still keep with me. Just a plain piece of paper with her neat handwriting. "Thank you for giving me my Roberto back." He is smiling again. Those words remind me why I continue doing this. Because it is not only about erections, it is about getting your life back. Your bond, your energy, the part of you that felt lost. But I have to give you a clear warning. This drink is effective, but it is not a replacement for proper medical advice. If you have heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, or use medications like nitrates, speak to your doctor first. This recipe can give you a boost, but lasting change comes from a healthier lifestyle. Eat better, move more, get quality sleep. And while you work on that, this drink can help spark your body's natural response. Now think about this. Why is no one talking about this? Why are these ingredients things you can buy at any grocery store, not shown on billboards, not advertised on TV, not discussed in clinics? Maybe because they do not bring profit to the pharmaceutical industry. Maybe because men like Roberto and like you do not always need medication to feel strong again. Maybe because the true solution is simple, and simple does not sell. There is something else you should know about Roberto. He did not just rely on the drink. He started walking in the mornings, cut down on sugar, and began having open talks with Anna about how he felt. Every small effort made him feel more alive. One day, he shared something that stayed with me. "Doctor, I thought the problem was only physical, but I came to see it was mental too. I had to believe I was still capable." That is what I want you to take from this. It is not only about a recipe, it is about having faith that the energy within you never left. It only needs the right moment to come alive again. Roberto's journey is not rare, but it can be yours. He was a man who believed time had taken something, his strength, his identity, his bond with Anna. But with 4 ingredients, a little effort, and the choice to try, he learned his story was not over. And you, are you ready to bring that fire back? If something in this story touched you, if you felt a moment of hope, or maybe fear, it means this message was meant for you. Write, "I want to try," in the comments if you are ready to take the next step. Or type 0 if you have questions. Share your story, your doubts, your success, because what you say might help another man on the same path. Send this video to someone who needs it, someone who lies awake at night, looking for a way forward. Subscribe and press the bell, but only if you are truly ready to take charge of your energy. I'm Dr. Ethan Holloway, and I will be here to support you through this path. Until next time, may you discover the strength that has always been within you.